Hi, guys. Let's see if it'll let me rotate it. Okay. I guess the live will be done like this today. I try to come on time, y'all. Excuse me. Okay. Can you guys hear that noise? Welcome to Graceful Healing Retreat. HP Marlana in the house. We are doing our Divine Feminine update. We're going to tap into the moon at this time, but these readings are timeless. I'll save the moon reading until the end because I think we're coming into a new moon soon. But these readings are here to provide you the divine feminine energies. Usually I have a message after I finish the live, so you can always go back and rewatch it. We provide advice. We look into love. We look into many things that may be going on around this time and the messages that the divine wants to give you. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for your messages. All right, we have Goddess Winneneth that's came out. We also have Lilith that's come out. Hawthorne, Sekhmet, Lakishmi, and Yemaya. Hey, I love it. Okay, so the first message that came out was in regards to change. This is about taking your experiences and taking that as wisdom. Taking your experiences from knowledge to wisdom. Let's look a little into this. We're also going to be just an overview of what it looks like the overall energies are for this reading. It's looking like what I'm feeling here is there's quick movement towards healing, new prosperity, new passion ignitement, and as well as just fulfilling of wishes when it comes to situations where you may have been feeling conflicted, defeated, where there has been deception, envy. I feel like you're moving to a place of power. I feel like this has been borderline the energies for a while now. We've been feeling these energies for the last few readings, just in regards to your abundance as well. So, of course, we received abundance, I believe, last week. So definitely go back there because I believe we received double abundance last week. So if you want some advice in regards to your abundance, definitely go back to that reading. But it's time for you to surrender because I feel like things are getting lighter for you. But I do see there's still maybe some resentment here. So let's get a little deeper into it. I'm not looking big. Am I looking? You guys like it with like this? Normally I do it sideways, but I figured today I would come like this. How you like it? I hope I'm still able to see the comments. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So some of you have been patiently waiting and kind of suffering in the process, suffering in silence. I think that's where the anger is coming from. So let's just go a little deeper into the change that we can foresee coming here. The change that you went into. I feel like this is a past energies of changes. But the changes I'm feeling is like, again, you had something that happened to you and it was transmuted into some type of emotion or transmuted into some type of I feel like a learning lesson, some type of wisdom. So let's just go into that a little bit. I feel like this is about relationships. Yeah, okay, so I'm seeing burdens when it comes to your journey and just a lack of faith. So whatever situation you were dealing with that was extremely burdensome, I'll go into that a little bit. It may have been I feel like this might have been community, people around you, conversations around you that may have been lack of understanding, really, from the community. This has been a part of your journey. I'm feeling like this may be a spiritual journey. Let's look into this journey a bit. Okay, one in which you felt like you were unsuccessful. I'm seeing the father energy come out as well as the thought. So there may have been a male figure in your life here, and their perspective of you, maybe they weren't understanding here, but I do see abundance coming out of this. Like I saw a lack of success, but then I see abundance. But I feel for some reason, where's this success in reverse? Why is this in reverse? We have 6 of Wands here in reverse. So someone may have felt a certain kind of way. Maybe a father figure felt a certain kind of way in regards to their family dynamic. It might be like a marriage or something like that. I just see kids and partnership, all of that. But I also see something here regarding no longer arguing or talking, or maybe this shut you up, or maybe this is something that happened where, because I'm seeing here like a lack of a voice, no voice here. I'm just seeing no voice here. And then I'm seeing here that changing. So, okay, whatever happened to you, whether someone silenced you, wasn't, it might have been non-committal, someone who may have claimed, I feel like some of you may have had that hero syndrome, or somebody around you who perhaps deemed themselves as somebody as your savior. Like you may have put them in a position to where you feel like they're your savior. I feel like at some point in time, you just didn't see clearly. And I feel like that's the change here. I feel like that's what you the energy you're transmuting. And it's taking you somewhere new. Because I feel like here in the past, it was like a lack of faith here. But now you have integrity. You have grown through your situation to where you've gone through heartache. But whatever has happened, it has led you down a path of self-discovery. But you may be looking behind or looking back here at your scars. Like the scars that you've obtained in the process. Okay, that was a message. That was a long message. I wasn't trying to go on to all of that, but woo! So some of you may be looking back at your scars. Let's go back. Let's go there. So next, so that was the first goddess. And so now we're into the second goddess. By the way I set this up is by goddess. So you may resonate with all of these messages, or you may only resonate with a few. I will hopefully put down in the below in the description, I should be putting the times. So, but if you want to look at the whole thing, you should, because sometimes you may resonate with the whole message, sometimes you may not. Today we have 7 messages that we're going through, and so Lilith is number 2. So some of you may have gone through that last scenario and maybe moving into your power. So I feel like many of you may be moving through this whole trajectory, but then some of you may be like, okay, I'm not there anymore, but I'm here. So just FYI. So let's look at Lilith. Oh, guys. I mean, that's why I came on here literally eating, because I haven't eaten yet. I'm drinking a lot of water, so excuse me. Hopefully you guys will be okay with this. Hey, Tara, how you doing? Blessings. Tyra. I said that right? Did I say that right, Tyra? So let's look into Lilith. Let's look into your power. Let's see what's going on here in regards to the power of the divine feminine. So the power comes in when you continue to endure. When you don't give up. Because that's when it seems like your blessings come. I feel like some of you felt like you were stuck here. So when it comes to your power, you may have felt stuck and may have needed to kind of relax, meditate. I just see a resting period when it comes to your power. But this is all a part of you enduring. Let's just see here. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And let's look into Lilith a little further. Yeah, so now when your power comes into play, you're receiving an inner calling here from Spirit. And it's time for a new level of ascension. You're being initiated, and there's a level of comfort here that you may not know is here. You know, I love this because you are now ascending to new heights. You're receiving an inner calling here. This is about eternal love. So you guys are definitely receiving an inner calling to do something new as you endure through this process. Let's see what else is coming out for you. And I feel like things are moving quickly too, towards your prosperity. Again, towards, I just feel like new passion igniting here. So the next message is pleasure, which is Goddess Hawthorne. So we'll look into that. But sticking with power here, let's go a little deeper here. Let's see how your power is going to show up. Wow, I love it. Wow. Okay. So is this challenging your perspective around relationships, around people, lovers? I heard specifically lovers come out like strongly. So this is challenging your perception when it comes to lovers. Your power. Let's go a little deep into that. Challenging your perspective. Knowing that you were here to create, knowing that a new day is dawning, knowing that you can allow your emotions to flow. So your power lies in your willingness to be who you really are, to allow yourself to flow, to allow yourself to release, to allow your emotions to flow, to allow, because, okay, so when it comes to your power here, I'm just seeing this ebb and flow. I'm just seeing this real major ebb and flow here. So your perception of way things are supposed to be is kind of like you feel like it's supposed to be linear, it's supposed to remain the same at all the times, but it's not. That's not what's here. That's not what Spirit wants you to do. Spirit wants you to surrender to the flow. And we actually receive Yin and Yang here, so we'll go deeper into how to surrender, but that's what they're asking you to do at this time. Challenge your perspective. Know that a new day is dawning and that you were born to create. It's time for two to become one. Now, when I see this message of two becoming one, I'm feeling like this energy of masculine and feminine energy being balanced. I hope that makes sense. So not that you're fully in your masculine energy of doing, but that you're also in your feminine energy of receiving. I love this. Okay, so let me get you advice. What I tend to do is give advice for the whole reading, but I want to give advice for this one particular card as well, for this one pick a card. Let's see. When it comes to your power. Okay. The affirmation for this one here is in my my inner sanctuary, I connect to peace, inner quietude, and comfort. So your power lies within. But what I'm seeing here is this level of silencing that needs to occur as well. So you might need to do what you need to do in order to obtain the time to work on your power, to become one with solitude. So some of you may still be going through that phase where you need to just kind of quiet everything around you. So again, the affirmation here is in my inner sanctuary. In my inner sanctuary, I connect to peace, inner quietude, and comfort. So I'm also feeling with this energy is feeling comfortable in your power as well. Okay. All right. Good. All right, let's look into the next message here of pleasure. We have Hawthorne here. So for you who this whole message resonates with you, this is like the trajectory you're on. You've taken the past, you've moved from a place of, I just heard needing, feeling needy, to a place of power, and now you can kind of enjoy where you are. These are the moments of like just enjoying. It's like a inner peace that I'm feeling here with this pleasure. Inner peace. Let's go a little deeper. So this is number 3. Pick a card, number 3, Hawthorne. Okay. So it's a level of peace in your wisdom. And now you can really have faith. So I saw here back when it came to Gwendolyn, which is the first message of change that came out, there was a lack of faith. So when it comes to this Hawthorne energy, there's a level of holding on to your faith, holding on, knowing that peace will come in the morning, knowing that where you are or those down periods, that ebb and flow, like, okay, well, things may be going great now, but it may, it may retract and it may not be so peaceful, but then it's going to come back to peace again. So it's just knowing that, okay, this is just where I am in life at this moment. So it's a level of peace that comes with this. Let me see. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Angels and gods for Hawthorne. Wow. And guess what comes out? Peace, deep knowing, and imagining. So I feel like with this Hawthorne energy, some of you may be feeling like, I feel like this is the energy you're growing to. Like you're growing to a place of peace. Like I feel like some of you feel like there's a deep knowing that peace is coming. But it's kind of like knowing that it'll be here tomorrow. Like it's just temporary where I am. Peace will be here in the morning. And seeing it as such. Let's see what your advice is here for this pleasure. I love it. Princess Charming. So this is about really you being what you're looking for in other people. This is about you being what you're looking for. You taking care of oneself. You showering yourself with gifts. You showering yourself with whatever it is that you're waiting for somebody else to do for you. So some of you may be in a place of waiting, and that's where that lack of unrest, that's where that unrest comes in, that lack of peace comes in, because you're waiting for somebody to do something you need to do yourself. So, but once you obtain this level of peace, and let's go ahead and say this affirmation together. I take the horse by the reins. I take the horse by the reins and become my own Princess Charming. And become my own Princess Charming. Taking care of my own needs. Taking care of my own needs. That's important because that's where your peace really lies. So for some of you who are still looking for this level of peace, like you may have a level of knowing, but you're looking for that peace. It comes from within. This is something you have to do yourself. And this is the time to kind of find pleasure in that, because I feel like that's where your faith lies. With self, with God, with the source, not with other people. Okay? So we're releasing this this narrative that somebody else has to do it for me. That's what you're releasing. The narrative that I can't do it myself, that I have to depend upon somebody else. And if somebody doesn't choose me to do it for me, then I'm lacking in some way. This is about releasing that narrative. It's like this, I call it the fantasy syndrome. Like, releasing that narrative that someone else has to provide this for me. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's great to have people around you. It's great to have people that you depend upon. It's great to have people, but when you're at a point in your life where you're fully depleted and you've given so much and you have nothing else to give and you're looking for somebody else to give to you, that's when you need to turn on the off switch. You hear me? Turn on the off switch. That means saying no. That means saying, later. It means saying, I can't right now because what my needs right now come first. I'm tired. I'm whatever it is, and admitting that to yourself, and then not feeling a sense of, worry or discomfort in telling it to others. Okay, this is something I need for myself. Hello, Natural Beauty. How you doing? Hello, Shauna. I see Marwa. Did I say that right? Hello, Patsy. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome. Glad you guys were able to make it here today. So yes. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Natural Beauty says feeling stressed. You said finally caught you live. Yes. You guys got me live today. I tried to put it up there a little early so you'll know I was coming. Sometimes I come to y'all and I'm like, look, I'm just live. But I come once a week at least. So I try to do it on Mondays, but sometimes it's Sundays. But sometimes, I'm just tired. And, guess what? I'm like, no, I can't do it. It's something you got to learn. How to say no. Say no to drugs. So. All right. So let's go ahead to the next message, which is this anger, and which is Sekhmet, which is speaking to the anger and resentment that you may have formed as a result of pretty much depleting yourself. So let's go a little deeper into that. Yeah, some of y'all, it's time to go night-night. It's time. It's not time for you to take any action. It may be time for you to just simply observe, watch people, watch how people maneuver. Let's look a little deeper into that because this is coming up big time. Observation, watching. What is it that somebody has to show you? Because if you're sitting in resentment, there's something you still haven't seen yet. There's a level of clarity you haven't received yet. Like for some reason you don't feel victorious. For some reason you feel like somebody got over on you, and it may be like you're still looking for justice. It's like some cycle that has not completed yet. But I do see this resentment is based in some level of deception. So even if the deception is no longer there, for some reason you're still feeling it and you're feeling deceived. So let's just go into that deception a little bit. The resentment you may be feeling as a result of deception. Oh, shit. Okay, so really the deception's coming in because you didn't follow your instinct. So many of you already knew. You had the deep knowing. You had the power. And you chose not to listen to your intuition. Okay. You receive High Priestess in reverse, and you also receive Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a time when you wasn't sure if you wanted to go in this particular direction. So this is you as the High Priestess in reverse, right? I hope you guys can see that. That's the High Priestess. You didn't want to follow your intuition. And then we have here Eight of Pentacles. So there's something you didn't achieve because you hadn't grown at that time. So you may be berating yourself for that as well. I do feel like some sense of still holding on, like this is past energy, something that you didn't know and you just wasn't clear on back then. So as a result, you're just kind of still maybe harboring some resentment because you didn't listen to your intuition back then. That's what I'm feeling. You say, yeah, you're in a watch mode. You're just falling back. I like it. just, I'm telling you, people will show you who they are. I think a lot of times, I really feel like we were taught. Hold up. This wants to come out. Wow. Yeah, we were taught not to listen to our intuition. This is what this is really clearly about. We were taught to listen to what people say out of their mouths and to do things a certain way. You feel me? So as a result of you being taught to do this, you have been really taught to ignore your inner knowing, which is where the truth lies. People talk about the shadow energy and the dark energy, and there's nothing negative about dark or shadow energy. What it is about, what it speaks to is what you did not see. What's in the moon comes to the light. Like we have moths and we have butterflies. One's in the sun, one comes out in the light. I mean, in the moonlight or in the darkness. The question is, why did people feel the need to get you to not understand your intuition? That's what you really got to look a little deeper into. What religion, what understanding from your background, what society, why do society and all these other people around you not want you to follow your intuition? You're angry because you knew. You're angry because you had the power. You're angry, and I'm also hearing some of your ancestors are angry too because you weren't following your intuition because they told you not to. They demeaned you. They demonized you for following your intuition. So you were taught, listen, go to class, listen to your teacher, listen to that, listen to this adult, listen, but not listen. You were taught to listen outwardly, but not inwardly. And that's what this anger and resentment is about, because you were taught not to listen and you knew. So there's some level here of you seeing through deception and not following it. And as a result, no longer feeling victorious, or feeling like somebody got over on you. But it's not over. It's not over. You could choose a new path. You feel me? You have a vision. You can choose a new path. Which path do you want to take? They want me to show you the traditional tarot deck. This card in the traditional tarot deck speaks to paths. And usually you have two paths to take. Let me see. I wanted to see if it'll just jump out, but I think I might be able to get to it kind of fairly quickly. Let's see. It speaks to a path you're supposed to take or didn't take. You took one path, which was maybe perhaps listening to other people, versus the path you were supposed to take. And so now you are being guided. Look, this is the same card, but in a different deck. Look at that. Which decision, what guide, what path do you want to take? This is a choice for you to make. I just heard the one least traveled. These are your choices. Take the path of least resistance or the one least traveled. That's what they just said. Which one do you want to take? And many times people take the path of least resistance, the easy way. What is everybody else doing, right? But you're supposed to be doing something different. You're someone new. You're someone different. This is what you're supposed to do, something different. The one least traveled. This is you. This is the advice. This is the guidance. So let's see what advice we have for this message here. Let's see what the advice and the affirmation is for this message here for Sekhmet. The anger, the rage that as a result of you no longer following your inner knowing. So this is about, ooh, okay, a couple of them coming out. Okay. So path awareness, duh. We just talked about that way. So let's give you the affirmation associated with this. So if this really hones in and resonates with you, then you might want to repeat this after me and say it at least 10 times a day. In the mirror, do it along with your mirror magic. If I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. People can take you as far as you want them to take you off your path. That's up to you. But you can easily get back. So don't shame yourself. Don't feel guilty because you have supposedly gone off path. Sometimes going off path is leading you back on path. I feel like some type of, Hindu, like that was a Hindu saying just now, like sometimes being off path can send you on path to your new path, which was all along your path. Being with discomfort. Ooh, now that's what I was just talking about. You can take the path of least resistance. Now the path of least resistance is the easy path. And in many cases, it's discomfort that you don't like, which is why you take the easy path, why you take the easy route. How many of you are taking the easy route because you don't want to take the path least traveled? How many of you don't like being in discomfort? So you stay in what's familiar, what is comfortable. Advice. Affirmation, all at times of discomfort. The affirmation is, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. Your soul essence is sometimes something that's unknown to you. Some of you are feeling like, you know what, I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know. You said I'm a rebel to ease. You said I'm a rebel. You said, I guess you're saying I'm a rebel. So easy routes don't faze me. Okay, yes, I'm going the path least traveled. I can't with you. I love it. Yes, exactly. Yes, sometimes you have to rebel against some of the easier routes. You do, absolutely, and that's what they're saying. Rebelling after you don't want to do what comes easy. You need to take your authentic path. Who are you? What is your soul essence calling for you to do? That's what you have to kind of figure out here. You say, I'm definitely on a path of least travel person. I love it, Shayna. Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. So that's your advice there for some of you who may be sitting in resentment or maybe holding on to, I would like to say holding on to what you've been through and feel like maybe you got off path for some odd reason. And it wasn't odd. It was a part of your path. And you're just making your way back. It's a beautiful path to take. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Just look into her eyes. It's just fabulous. So let's go ahead and move on to the next message, our fifth message for today. Our fifth message is abundance. Now, like I said, last week, we talked about abundance in depth. So let's see what else we need to learn this week. But I would definitely, you know, all my videos are timeless. So I would definitely go back and watch the abundance video last week that I put out, because we spoke very thoroughly. We went deep into abundance. Like the whole message was about abundance. So I would definitely suggest you go back to that. Let's go ahead and just figure out here, see what Spirit wants us to know about abundance at this time. And again, for those of you who this really resonates with, you've gone through all the changes, the up and down. You learned your power. You're now moving to a place of, I want to say, this back and forth, realizing that this back and forth is necessary. Realizing that sometimes when you take this step back, you may be, your anger, your shadow, these things may be coming up. You may be feeling a bit conflicted on which path to take, right? But now it's time for your abundance, for your wishes to be fulfilled. This is that 9 of Cups energy here. So if you're moving along your journey and you're along your path in this way, yeah. So Spirit is asking you to go the distance. Some of you may be feeling like it's time to give up. You may be working on a project. You may be working, this may be in regards to, I feel like your spiritual path. You know, for some reason, you may be ready to let go. You may be ready to give up. But Spirit is asking you not to. Something beautiful is coming. And you're going to receive a message that's going to really show the truth about a situation that you wanted to give up on. Let's go ahead. Let's go a little deeper into it, because y'all know I'm nosy. What is it that you wanted to give up on? It may be a different story for a different person, so I'm just going a little deeper, but we'll see. What is it that you wanted to give up on? You no longer want to excel. You wanted to move forward. You no longer wanted to sacrifice. I feel like there was something you were sacrificing here. Let's see what that is. Powerlessness. Some of you may have been waiting for help. So you've been like traveling this road for a long time. And some of you've just been waiting and waiting and hoping that you would receive assistance. And if you haven't received the assistance you were looking for from certain people, then it's time for you to go. It's time for you to move on. I feel like some of you have been waiting and waiting. And you may have been in situations where it was not give and take, where it was really one-sided. It's now time to go. I feel like you've been working like over giving, over everything. And you've just been waiting for somebody to just give back a little bit. You haven't even been waiting for somebody to reciprocate fully. You've been just looking for a little help, just a little bit. You can't wait any longer. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to make it on your own. Shit. Damn. And here we go again. It came in reverse. No more time for waiting. You can't. No. Then it came, shit, y'all. Stand your ground. Make it happen. Some of you have been waiting. I feel like I'm saying this broadly because everybody's situation is different. I feel like some of you, this is relationships. Sometimes some of you, this is business. Some of you, this is like a creative project or something like that where you have partners that you're working with, what have you. It's important. I feel like you will see soon that you will receive a message and to see the truth for what it really is. Because I feel like it's time for you to move on to more of a peaceful, I feel like a more peaceful receiving energy where, you know, just things just happen to be working out for you. And it doesn't require too much effort. That's where your abundance is lying here. This is coming from a place of strain, powerlessness, anger, you know, to really releasing and surrender. Surrender is our next message. We'll go to that in a minute. Let's just go ahead and so it's time for you to stand your ground and just move on, move forward. The advice that's coming out for you is the power of support. Wow. Yeah, I think there are people coming around you that are going to support you in a different way. You also receive listen to your body, and you also receive enlightenment power. So these are the 3 affirmations associated with this abundance. It's time for you to leave behind. No more. You can't play this waiting game anymore. Time is too precious. Time is too precious. It's time for you to stand your ground because you're not receiving the help you were looking for. And you can no longer sacrifice. It's time for you to move quickly forward. And that's what you're doing. You're moving forward quickly. So as you release this dead weight, you then can experience the serendipity. But again, I feel like some of you have been wanting to let go because it just was too hard. It was too difficult. So don't let go of your journey. Let go of the people or non-supportive, the lack of support. Release the lack of support that's around you. Don't release your journey or, where you're going next. Release the lack of support. Okay? So let me give you your affirmations here. The first one being the power of support. I love this. How beautiful is this? The affirmation is, I am grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. I just also heard some of you have been support for other people, but people haven't reciprocated that support. So again, this is about, like-minded people. Again, you're getting to that place. We also have here listening to your body. My health is my life, the temple of my experience, and the greatest of my blessings. Let's repeat that again. My health is my life, the temple of my experience, and the greatest of my blessings. I feel like I'm about to go down a rabbit hole real quick, but I'm going to try to make this easy and quick for you. Too many of us have suffered in relationships, in whatever type of relationship. I'm going to just say relationships because this could be work, whatever, play, lovers, whatever, family, functions, whatever. And it has been stressful on your body, stressful on your temple, stressful on you. You have allowed it. And you can no longer. You can no longer allow people to affect your health, whether it be through panic attacks, high blood pressure. I don't know. Seizures are coming up too. So some of you may be prone to seizures, and certain people may trigger you in a certain way that could potentially take you there. So if this resonates with you, please leave a comment below because they were very clear about that just now. So be careful about that. But the point is, you are allowing people to affect you in a certain way that affects you physically, that affects your body. Nobody is worth, no one, no situation, no person, no relationship, no none of that is worth your peace when it comes to your body, your health. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt in it. It's not worth it. So if somebody is driving you fucking mad, crazy, and all that, it's not worth it. Release it, let it go. It's not for you. Some of you are holding on to situations that are not for you. And it's depleting you, hurting you. Just your health is just diminishing as a result of it. Let it go. Somebody needed to hear that. I was just released from that message. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay. The next message here is enlightenment power. I am a woman choosing the power of my own consciousness as a vehicle for my growth. Repeat after me. You can say it again. I'm going to say it again. I am a woman choosing the power of my own consciousness as a vehicle for my own growth. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So repeat that. Trying to check the comments. Making my way back to healing. I plan to take spiritual bath today. Good. Feeling like I want to give up on him, but I can't. Okay. Amazing. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, please click the like button. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I've been stressed and getting headaches daily. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure it doesn't stress your body. Yeah. Attacking itself. Yes, your body will attack itself. No doubt. You have to be careful about that. Like, I don't think people realize the level of stress that it can have on your body. Like, you can have all kinds of ailments and diseases as a result of stress. Your cortisol levels get out of bounds. Like, you guys know I do, like, different healing work, and I work with like plant medicine and stuff like that. And one of the things I learned when I was doing my studies in herbal medicine was literally the stress levels in your body can change. And if your stress levels are high, it can change the chemistry within your body in a certain way. And certain plant medicine can help you get back to where you need to go. Maybe I'll start incorporating my herbs in this too, because I think that would be fun too. You guys let me know if you enjoy that, because I also have an herbal deck, so I could add advice like herbs for each one of the picker cards, to where we can get an herbal remedy to help with it. I have crystals and all that too. So, but nonetheless, let's go on to the last message here. We have Yemaya. It's time to surrender. Now, when I say surrender, I do want you to know they're screaming at me right now saying, but not to people. You surrender, but you're not surrendering to people. Let's see what they talking about, y'all. Yeah, we need to pull that herbs. Yeah, I love it. Natural beauty. Yeah, I will. I'll pull a herbal for the whole message today, because I do have it here. So I will pull advice for a herb for this message as a whole at the end. Let's look into surrender, because I feel like, this is not just, like I said, this is not surrendering to people. This is surrendering to your journey, the ebb and flow, all of that. Surrendering to the changes around you, because things are changing. You are reigniting. I just heard a fire reigniting, the passion. Prosperity is beginning here. So surrender to the changes that are occurring right now. I'm gonna go a little deeper into that. I feel like you're going to feel these changes in different ways. So let's look emotionally, we'll look at spiritually, and then we'll pull an angel at the very least. Oops. Okay. Seek the lesson here. Hear from the ancient ones. Embrace spirits. A new day has dawned. I love this. So the changes here is definitely one of listening. We saw at the beginning of this, I feel like the whole reading as a whole, not just the separate parts. Again, you can look at it as the separate parts or as a whole. The reading as a whole is about not denying your knowing, not denying your gifts, not denying your intuition, not denying that. Spirit is there, right there with you. Look, listen to your ancient ones, your ancestors. So you have spirit, your ancestors. These are lessons that you've had to learn. And again, don't berate yourself for the lack of knowledge or understanding before, because I want to make it clear to you, this was clearly orchestrated for you to come into this world with no knowledge of this. But what I want you to know, even more so than that, it is embedded in your soul. It's embedded in your DNA. It's embedded in you. So regardless of what somebody taught you or hoped that you would not learn and wanted to demonize you as a witch or whatever they wanted to call you, or some type of demonized evil word or term that they wanted to associate with you, regardless of that, it's still embedded in your soul. So for those people who want to deny that part of them, more power to them. But for those of you who are ready to walk in their purpose and know who they really are, you walk in it with your head held high, because you're held in high regards. And know that you're being applauded from your ancestors. You're being applauded from your soul family. You're being applauded for stepping out on who you truly are, and not for what other people want you to be. Know that you're being applauded. Oh, y'all. Ooh, I'm loving this reading. How y'all feeling? I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling? Anyway, so there's a change here. There's rejuvenation. You're dying, letting things die off, and you're growing new. Look at this. There's things that are dying off, but look at the new leaves that are coming in. You're growing new leaves. You're going to new heights. You're going so much further. newness here. I mean, there's a lesson you had to learn. Question is, have you learned it? I tell y'all all the time, you can learn your lesson in a day, an hour, or it can take you 10 years. It can take you however long you feel like you want to be in that situation. Or you can embrace the change. It's really on you. Let me get a... Did I give an affirmation for this? I didn't give an affirmation for it yet. Did I get an affirmation for surrender? I don't think so. Did I do it? Did you guys see that? I don't think I did. My spiritual counsel has been ringing in my ears lately, and I feel them telling me to heal and release him. If he's meant to be, yep, he'll return in his full masculine energy to match my feminine. I love it. Absolutely. Beautiful. Yes. Let's see. What is the affirmation for surrender, please? Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Listening to my body came out again. So I don't know if I already did that. But listening to my body came out again. So this is just reconfirming here. My health is my life, the temple of my experience, and the greatest of my blessings. Remember that. That's coming out here again for you guys. All right. So let me go ahead and pull one love message here for overall, just for some of you who may be interested in the love message here associated with this overall reading, although it can be broken up into parts. Okay, so I do see trust, reconciliation, true love that's coming out here, a level of playfulness, and really your background affecting how you work your relationships here. Children may be affecting your relationships too, but Spirit is asking you to keep an open mind. You're calling in a soulmate. Let me see what the advice is for those of you who may be going through any part of that story here. The advice here is for you to demonstrate love. So you may have true love that's coming in or around you, but this is about you recognizing what love really is. So you can demonstrate love, find out what is important to the people you love, and act on it. And then you also have here, which I love, is the current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. So again, this is going back to that path energy. You have a path here. You can demonstrate love, but demonstrating love does not mean depleting yourself for love. Okay, that's what I want you to be clear on. Choosing love and demonstrating love does not mean that you deplete and abandon yourself for love. I mean, I feel like I need to say it one more time. Choosing yourself is important. Demonstrating love does not mean that you're a doormat. Demonstrating love and showing love does not mean that you give up your love for life, your activities, your life. Demonstrating love does not mean you give up you. You're not sacrificing you to receive love, and then you're hoping that you receive somebody else in return. That is not what we're doing. That's a no-go. No, scratch that. That mentality, all of that, scratch it. That's not what we're doing. Love gives you the option. Love allows you to be who you are. Love allows you to be authentic. Love does not make you be who somebody else needs you to be so they can feel secure in who they are. That is not love. Their security requires them to choose it, not for you to choose it for them. You're enabling them. Let me help you. Let go and let God. Demonstrating love allows for you to choose a path, allows you to live the life like you want with support, not with lack of support, not with you doing it by yourself and then some. Know this. Who's supporting you in the love triangle or dynamics you're in now? I love you guys. I want to say blessing, love, and light. Peace. Look. Anybody know what's going on with the moon? Let me just go ahead and pull a moon message right now. We have a new moon coming up. I meant to check that before I came on. Can somebody just tell me what's going on right now? But I'm about to give you the message associated with it regardless of what it is. I just want you to... I just want people to understand when they come here and watch it and they're not watching live and they don't know what I'm going through right now, you know. But I think it's a new moon that's coming up. So let's just get your energy for the next new major moon cycle that's coming up right now. I feel like it might be even today. I feel like it might even be. Do we have a new moon today? A fiery climax approaches. It's time to take action, y'all. A time to give rather than take. And then we have bring love into a situation, hold the vision, and the answers you need are coming. Okay? So look at this as a whole. Some of you have been really giving a lot. To other things outside of what your purpose was, your plans for your life. So right now it's time for you to give to your plans. It's time for you to take action on your vision. Some of you have been in situations where there has been little love, and controlling does not mean love. There may have been a lot of codependencies. There may have been a lot of if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. If, but there's no reciprocation. Like, it's like, you got to do this for me, and you keep giving, hoping that somebody give to you. That's not giving love. That's giving something else. I just heard that's giving away your power. That's not giving love. So this, to bring love into a situation, requires an abundance mindset, in that you give only when you're abundant. You reciprocate what you give. It's a balance. It's an exchange. Some of you are about to go through some shit this week, especially with this new moon. That's all I can say. New moon in Virgo today. That's what I thought. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tyra. Thank you. Yes. Someone said it's a perfect day for a spiritual bath. Yep, it sure is. Libra new. Okay. New moon in Libra. Yep. I think it was new moon in Libra like a couple days ago. Like, it was Libra energy, but then it moved into Virgo. But yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes. So, yes, that's definitely happening right now. So definitely be aware. Stay aware of that. I think right now you guys are doing good. I think the energies are beautiful right now. I'm going to, as you guys know, I have the I Am God deck that's coming out here as well. So I'm just going to pull a message here too. You know, my I Am God deck has been coming out for a minute. So I'm just going to see what message comes out with this. I'm still finishing the book. Actually, it's still in editing. But I just wanted you to know it's still going. Things may not always go as quickly, but I might have to check on that this week. But let me just see what message comes out for you, and I'll just channel a message before I close this reading. Okay, y'all. Okay, well, look what came out. I love this. Beautiful. Did any more come out? Okay, so what came out here was crown chakra energy. My divine feminines. I feel like the energy that's coming out is a nurturing of divine feminine energies and in relationships. I feel like this energy, because this is the nurturer card here, and this here is, and then we also have like the wedding card that came out too. So in this deck, I have like 4 relationship. I have 4 like relationship messages, and it starts off from the beginning to the end. So we have like 44 cards in the deck. And this is one that's in the middle. Like, marriage is one thing, but a twin flame is another thing. A soul mate flame is another thing. To get to a point where you realize your strength and knowing that God is within you is another thing. And relationships help you with these back and forths, helps you along the way. So with this here, this nurturing, I feel like many of you are definitely receiving messages from spirit about how to nurture relationships moving forward in a balanced way. Okay. Like, this is one of the messages here. This is like the twin flame. You know, this is the twin flame message. We didn't get that, but that's at the bottom of the deck. So I knew that it was speaking to this relationship dynamic. The only way you'll see actually males in this deck, they're with a female. That's the only way you'll see a male in this deck. This whole deck is all divine feminine. All divine feminine, I am God energy. And so when you're in dynamic or in communication with a partner, a lot of the times you learn who you really are. You learn about yourself. You learn, again, that ebb and flow. So sometimes relationships work, sometimes they don't. You have that back and forth, you have that ebb and flow. So right here, you have, that's the dreaming. That's someone who's open. That's someone who's going on their journey. So you move and you learn things along the way. Okay, last message that came up was this shadow energy. We have the shadow. So be aware of your shadow energy, especially if this energies relate to you during this reading. Your shadow energies may come up, but remember, your shadow is coming up to show you who you are. A lot of times relationships and dynamics with family and all of that is really to help you grow closer and realize who you really are. It's a lot of times, you know, it's so funny, like when people are not in a relationship, they're like, oh, well, I'm real chill, I'm real cool, I'm down for whatever, I'm down for whatever. Then they get in a relationship and they're like, oh, I ain't down for that, I ain't down for that, no, we ain't living here. Like, who taught you that? You know, but you don't know, because when you was in a relationship, when you weren't in a relationship, you didn't have to care about what other people's needs were or their expectations of you, or XYZ. You see what I'm saying? So it required you to get into a relationship dynamic, have children, family, friends, whatever that is, in a partnership even. It might have required you to get into a partnership to even realize, okay, these are some things I like and some things I dislike. And it might even require one marriage to learn that. You might get married again and say, you know what? In this one, in the last marriage, I learned these are some things I like and don't like. So now I'm moving on to this one, and this marriage is totally different. You're like, hold up, I know I don't get down with this, so I'm going to filter those things out before I get to this new relationship. So you may not have to deal with the same stuff that you dealt with in that last relationship, but now in this new one, you learning something new. You're like, oh. I got used to doing things this way, and I was willing to do this because this is what he wanted, but you somebody different. I got to get used to something you want to do. Like, you know, so, but it doesn't even matter, because the point is, when you know who you are before you get into it, I hope you've already identified what your expectations are, and you're not going into a relationship talking about, well, what do you want to do today? Whatever you want. I just finished watching Coming to America 2 again, and you know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, ooh, like, you know, that whatever you like. Whatever you like. I remember when I was younger, it was like, well, what do you want to do? Whatever you want to do. Whatever you, I don't care, I'm good, you know. And so you have really no expectations. You just like down for whatever. And so then when they do whatever, you're like, oh, hold the phone. No, that's not what we're doing here. And then you learn to have expectations for yourself and what you're willing to deal with when you're around other people. You just learn. So just this whole reading was about a dance of learning that, yes, you're going to go through ebbs and flows in life. At one point, you didn't listen to your intuition. Now, hopefully, you're gaining that knowledge and that wisdom. And through your experiences, you're really realizing that your knowledge, your intuition, your knowing that they taught you not to follow is more important than what anybody could ever tell you. Trust me. God, spirit, your angels, your ancestors, they can see way beyond what anybody could tell you here today. That anybody could tell you at work, or what anybody could tell you in your family dynamic. They don't know the blessings for your life, but your guides do. So listen to your guidance. Surrender now. I feel like I'm at the end of a church sermon right now. Anybody want to come to the front and get some hands laid on? Y'all need a prayer. That's why I feel like I'm at the end of a church sermon right now. Woo, will I be at Pathways this fall? No, I'm not. Pathways is in Maryland, for some of you guys who don't know. I do the Illuminate festivals in Maryland, and sometimes I do them, and I don't even go to all the Illuminate festivals in Maryland, but they have them along the East Coast now, so I don't go to them all. But yeah, I might show up at Pathways because I know friends of mine and like-minded people who may be at Pathways, and I might check up on them and see how they're doing. But I'm not going to have a table at Pathways, no. But I love Pathways. My journey started out, a lot with Pathways, and I met a lot of like-minded people at Pathways conferences. So I definitely suggest Pathways. They have classes. I love Pathways. I've done like advertisements with their magazine. If you can look online, Pathways Magazine. I don't know if it's pathwaysmagazine.com or .org, but Pathways Magazine has a lot of wonderful like-minded people. So if you're into this spiritual work, if you're trying to look into all kinds of things, they have so much. If you're trying to even with your business, if you're trying to put your business out on Front Street to like-minded individuals, they're great for that. You said that's where I met you? Oh, you're talking about, Illuminate Festival, Natural Beauty? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Illuminate Festival, yeah. That's where you'll see me there. And even honestly, y'all, I got to tell you, I'm about to clean up, but I'll tell you the story about how I got to Illuminate. even with Illuminate, I think I saw them in Pathways, but even with Illuminate, I was really literally going to Illuminate festivals to just sell my body products, because you guys know I make honey baths and just different things. So if you go on my, oh, you said at Pathways, really? Okay, really? But I didn't have a table. I don't know. You're gonna have to text me on that one. I'm not quite sure. Or email me. Email me what you talking about. Cause I'm like, did I just meet you there, or did I? Hey, Miss Coleman, how you doing? Welcome. I'm about to head on out, y'all. But yeah, when it came to Illuminate Festival, honestly, I was going there to, because I was online. Because you guys know it took me a while before I came out, even with my gifts. You know. Oh, we got 2 honey bags. But it wasn't at, it had to be at Illuminate Festival. I don't think it was, I wasn't selling my bags at Pathways, I don't think. Okay, well then maybe you got me. I don't know. Was that Pathways? Maybe I was at Pathways, because maybe I did do one. Okay, maybe I did one. It was so long ago. I'm sorry, y'all. But I started doing more of Illuminate Festival. And really, I was there to literally just sell into my bath products. The Feed Yourself Honey Bath, the I Love Myself Honey Bath, and the Feed Your Skin line with the different body products. And so when I was there, I contacted the owner of Illuminate Festival, and I was just going to sell. That's all I was going to do. And she was like, but I see you also do readings. Like, you have a whole YouTube channel, whatever. I was like, yeah, but that's not what I'm doing there. Like, because I wasn't doing them live. I did them live in 101 restorative retreats at my home, but I wasn't going out to the public. Like, so you had to find me. You had to find me, and then I would work with you. But if I wasn't, then I wasn't, Like, I wasn't just walking up to people on the street like, look, so God told me to tell you, I wasn't doing that. So I wasn't working with the public like that, except for online. I was working worldwide on YouTube, but I wasn't doing in-person readings. And so she was like, yeah, but we want you to come and do that. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of wisdom shared, Miss Coleman, so definitely rewind. But thank you for joining here live. I love to see my people live. And definitely everybody leave a comment below, not just here in the chat, but leave a comment below too. I would love to hear your perspective on the readings and how this resonates with you. But yes, she wanted me to do them, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. And so she was like, in order to do it, you had to do basically a reading for the I want to say the owner, but it's really the founder of Illuminate. And so I was like, okay. She said, yeah, but you're also supposed to be doing, workshops too. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And I was doing speaking engagements and stuff like that, but I wasn't doing workshops there. And I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah, she wasn't hearing no for an answer. So God laid it on my heart to give her a reading. She was like, no, you're coming here. You are going to do readings here. And I need you also to sign up to do a workshop. And I was like, what? So she pulled me outside my comfort zone. All of that to say, I do want to tell you. And at that time, I want to say I just gotten like a PR rep. So I was doing like readings for different stars or whatever. I was doing all kinds of different things. I was on radio shows, all that, but I just never saw myself going that extra mile. So all of that to say, I encourage you to go outside of your comfort zone, to start doing things that aren't so familiar, and just start getting used to being uncomfortable, because I do see something new that's coming from my divine feminines. The energies are definitely changing in our favor, and this is the time for you really to walk in your authenticity. I love you guys. Blessings, love, and light. I'll see you again soon. I'll see you again next week. It might be Sunday or Monday. I'm not quite sure, but y'all will see me again. I'll also put out a new message. I'll also be putting out a new message soon too. But I love you guys. Did I miss any more messages? I love you. I love you guys. I'm going to see you guys later. Blessings, love, and light. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it.